Okay, all right, there's no national commission to say, okay, listen, I want you in my office Monday morning. We're going to watch this. You got to explain to me what the hell you did here or what you didn't do because you didn't give an 8 count. You let him go to the corner. Last I checked, the rules have not changed in boxing. There are no timeouts. What did you do? Why did you do that? And if I don't get the right answer, you're suspended. You're suspended.
He got away with it. But the sport let him get away with it. There's nothing wrong with the fighters. It's the administrators of this sport that there's a lot wrong with. And there is. And you see it. And we shouldn't keep seeing it. It's got to be stopped. A referee, that is not in the rule book. You get hit with a jab. I know there was a second or two in between. Sometimes you see a delay, knockdown, whatever. The punch didn't hurt him. I understand that. But he got hit a jab, and then a second, 2 seconds later, he takes a knee. Guess what? I'm sorry. That constitutes a knockdown. Your knee goes...
Teddy Atlas has just made a major revelation while analyzing the Devin Davis versus Lamont Roach fight. As a seasoned boxing trainer, his keen eye catches details that casual fans and spectators often miss. This distinctive perspective makes his insights highly valued within the boxing community, sparking discussion without much controversy. Here's what he had to say.
After a punch somewhere around there, that's a knockdown. There is, again, we're not in football. There are no fair catches here. You know what I mean? And if it was, to your point last night when I said it, it would be a touchback. You know what I mean? It would, if you took a knee in a certain situation, it would be a touchback. There were rules for a reason. Unless even Crawford came out, the great Terence Crawford.
Amid the controversy surrounding this intense showdown, which has captivated much of the boxing world, Teddy Atlas has shared his thoughts on who he believed had the edge when the final bell rang. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Atlas acknowledged the fight was extremely close, but felt Lamont Roach had done enough to secure the victory. I'm not saying it wasn't a close fight. It definitely was. But I have to give it to Roach, he stated. He also emphasized the impact of the controversial knee that wasn't ruled a knockdown, placing the responsibility squarely on the referee.
The great Terence Crawford, pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world, in the top 3 between him, Inoue, and Usyk, right? I got Usyk first. I got him and Inoue right there. I think Usyk deserves to be first after what he's done, putting together the heavyweight title, the whole thing, the whole shebang. But Crawford came out and said, I didn't know that was a rule. I guess I was sleeping when they passed that one. I guess I was taking a nap, or maybe I was out doing road work. He didn't.
What you was thinking when Tank did that when he took the knee? What you was thinking when he took the knee?
I can't speak on that.
Can't speak on that?
Can't speak on that.
He did some bullshit though?
I can't speak on it.
No personal opinion, nothing?
Yeah.
He took a knee after getting hit with a jab, which should have been ruled a knockdown. The referee missed it. That was a crucial moment. And Roach should be the champion, Teddy Atlas stated. In the 9th round, he added, "This isn't the Indianapolis 500. There's no pit row in boxing. Tank went down, and Roach had every right to go after him. The rule is, defend yourself at all times."
But definitely we need better refs that assure themselves, know how to make a decision, know they're making the right decision, emboldened to make that decision. I think that, I don't know that he would have let Roach.
I've seen fighters land shots on opponents who are turning or walking away, and unless the referee steps in or the bell rings, the fight continues, Teddy Atlas explained. Roach had every right to throw, but he showed sportsmanship by holding back. Still, when Tank turned, Roach could have landed a left hook or a straight left. He had the opportunity. It might not have looked great, but it would have been within the rules.
Out doing road work. He didn't say that, by the way. I'm just adding that to it. But I must have been busy doing something when that rule. That is not a rule. I said it earlier. This is not the Indianapolis 500. You can't go into pit row. That you need.
The real issue needs to be addressed, Teddy Atlas stated. Who was at fault here, Tank or the referee? The referee allowed him to take a knee, go to his corner, get his vision cleared, and then resume the fight. That should have been ruled a 10-8 round, even if he wasn't hurt. If that happens, Roach doesn't get a draw. He wins the title. Despite Atlas's straightforward comments, many bettors with plus 900 tickets are likely satisfied with the outcome. However, for most in the boxing community, the March 1 clash between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. stands as one of the most controversial fights in recent memory. Nearly everyone in the sport has criticized referee Steve Willis for his questionable decision-making, allowing Davis to retreat to his corner mid-round without penalty and failing to deduct a point for taking a knee.
Better refs. We need more educated refs. Whatever you want, trained refs. I'm not going to say honest because I don't know if honesty had something to do with it. I don't know.
This fight will leave a sour taste in the boxing world, at least until the rumored rematch happens. Davis escaped with a majority draw, but if the knockdown had been called, Roach would have won. Teddy Atlas pointed out, like many in the boxing community, Atlas was frustrated with the officiating and disappointed by the outcome. However, on a recent episode of the Fight with Teddy Atlas podcast, the legendary trainer also offered a more optimistic perspective. This was high-level boxing, two fighters showcasing their skills at the highest level. Some may disagree, but that was the sweet science at its best, Atlas said of the Davis versus Roach showdown.
Plays their quality, two quality fighters, short punches, putting them together on the inside. That's science. I know a lot of people say, no, Teddy, that's fire. That's offense. That's aggression. No, that's...
Teddy Atlas reflected on the fight, saying, "When you're in the furnace and don't get burned, that's high-level boxing." These two had no room for error, especially against someone as dangerous as Tank. One punch, and it could have been over. He added, "I appreciated that fight. They did their thing." Atlas then questioned if Davis underestimated Roach. Maybe he believed, like the odds makers, that it would be an easy fight. Even subconsciously, that could have played a role. But in the end, Roach may have an off night.
That's the sweet science. You can do the sweet science and be aggressive. You don't have to do it on the outside only. You don't have to do it only, with separation. You don't have to do it only.
Teddy Atlas didn't just get a quick post-fight reaction. He broke down the Davis versus Roach fight in depth on his podcast. Roach had the right plan, Atlas said. He was taller, longer, used his jab well, and controlled the distance. Then he started closing in, which I thought was risky, but he was ready for it. He added, Roach set traps, trying to make Tank, who rarely makes mistakes, get frustrated or walk into a counter.
Where it's everybody in the world can see it, where you set traps all night long. You could set traps while you're pressing a fight too, on the inside. Force the guy to open up and then beat the shot. Throw short shots inside his little wider shots. That was the sweet science. That was high level fight, high level boxing. Really,
that was a really good fight.
High level stuff where there was no room for
choice. He knows how to do it if he wants to. At the end of the day, all of what I said, Bud, it's one thing that really makes the day. It's not because Tank Davis is just undefeated. It's not because Tank Davis is just a great puncher. He's just a full package. He's really, really the full. I think he should stay away from trying to go on the inside, which again, he's got the attitude of a real fighter, which you love. And I wouldn't be shocked if Roach said, "Oh no, I'm going to go inside sometimes." I don't know that would be the best.
Why not? Why didn't they hire a lawyer?
Just recently, Munguia, the ref counted a little bit too fast, a little bit faster than normally. They did. Especially when you're fighting, when you're protecting somebody, you take a little bit, they hold back, and come back. The ref went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and stopped it with Munguia. But he's got his reasons, whatever. We've seen it with Andrade, like you said. We've seen it many other times.
Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez.
You seen it with no question. That should have been an 8 count. The ref is a very professional ref. He's one of the best in the world, but he made a big mistake right there. He helped the star. And when you know who the star is and who you're protecting, it's still you still have to be fair, man. Fury and Wilder. When what's the name? Was counting when Fury was down. What's the name? Jack Reese. And a lot of people gave him that, but he did his job. He took his time also. Tyson against Buster Douglas. Tyson drops Buster Douglas, and I think it was like a 17 count. So Tyson could have knocked him out. Yes, okay, we understand. But in this case,
Tank, you voluntarily took a knee midway through this fight. It was not ruled a knockdown. What happened?
I just got my hair done 2 days ago, and she put grease in my shit, so.